This is Sebastian Stöber of Germany's Eradicator, and you're listening to J0KeR's Electric Circus on Metal Messiah Radio.
Why so serious, son? It's DJ J0KeR in the house.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Friday night interview edition of the Electric Circus radio show, brought to you by MetalMessiahRadio.com. We are your metal music messiah. Tonight I got a special guest on the line with me. We have Sebastian Stöber, guitarist and vocals of German thrash metal band Eradicator. They just released a brand new album, their fifth studio album called Influence Denied, on July the 23rd, 2021 via Metalville. How are you doing, brother Seb, and how are you doing over there in Germany? How's life in Germany for you?
Hey J0KeR, and hey everyone out there. It's great to be on the show. Thanks for having me. I'm fine. We had a few rough storms here in my area, but everything is fine for me and my family. And yeah, we just put out the new release and had to pack a lot of packages and send them to our fans. And that we were quite busy in the last days, but it was a pleasure doing this, and is every day we do it, yeah.
So, Sebastian, please tell us about the beginning of Eradicator. How did you choose the name Eradicator, and who are the members of your band Eradicator currently?
Okay, I think this was back in 2004. My brother, who is our drummer, he's called Jan-Peter, or we call him Pity, his nickname, and our bassist. We were friends since kindergarten, and when we were at high school, we formed the band, I think at 6th and 7th grade. We just were there in our childhood rooms, playing music together and forming the band and working on our instruments, or even developing our own playing abilities together. We were just around 14, 15, 16 years old, and Zoppe, our bass player, finally came up with the name Eradicator. He Googled or I think he just found synonyms for anything with destruction and annihilation and terms like that. And yeah, we all liked it. And that was in, I think, early 2004. And then we finally formed the band and started to play music together, cover songs at first. And I think the first own song we wrote was in 2005. And funny story is that this first song we wrote was called, or is called to this day, Back to the Roots. And we wanted to make sure that we are doing old school thrash and going back to the roots and bringing life back to the thrash metal.
Awesome.
And in 2010, in 2010, Robert, our second guitar player, joined the band. And since then, we had no rotation within the band or with any other members. So we are playing together for 11 years now.
Long time. You mentioned your brother, Jan-Peter Stöber, is the drummer. What's it like being in the same band with your brother, Peter?
Yeah, it's great because we not have been just brothers. We have been best friends forever. And we enjoy just the same hobbies. When we were very young, we played football or karate together, and finally we formed the band together and just shared our passion in music and everything we do. And so we're very deeply connected with everything we do, and that just feels great.
So please tell us about the newest offering I mentioned earlier, Influence Denied, just been released July the 23rd, 2021 via Metalville. What was the process like on the album and developing the songs? How long did it take to record the album, and which studio do you guys prefer to use?
Yeah, like you can think about it, it was a very special situation the last days or last 1.5 years, not the last days, sorry, the last 1.5 year, when we started the songs, we were busy, we started writing the songs, we were a little busy with shows and everything, but in early 2020, when all the shows got cancelled, we had more time to write the songs and structure them better than we did in the past. At least that's what we think. And we took the time and had a quite relaxing process with no shows booked or planned, or just all the shows cancelled. And yeah, we decided to record the album together with Sebastian Stöber from Orden Ogan, who is also known being a great producer. And he lives nearby, so that was a good choice, and he helped us recording some of the parts at my home studio. For example, the guitars and bass were all recorded by me at our home studio with my expertise. The members played, and I played too, but I was the director, so to say. And then we went finally to the studio with Zeb to record the drums and vocals and everything, and he produced, mixed, mastered it, and it turned out the best sounding album so far from us, and we're very proud of it, how it turned out.
From what I hear from the album, it's most excellent, and I love German thrash, and I think you guys did a great job with the new album so far from what I've heard from it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, brother. What are some of the topics you guys are covering in the lyrics and the songs? What are the songs about on this offering?
Most of the songs can be brought under the title. So this Influencing Night is referring to a lot of topics that are going on the album. Mainly speaking about the title track, Influencing Night deals with technology and the internet, how everything technology developed in the last years, or how progress developed, and we have all the knowledge our society created in our pockets in a smart device, but just using the internet and everything for spreading hate or placing commercials and stuff like this. And this is mainly the influence we deeply want to deny, not being part of this machine, but that's, so to speak, easier to say than to act like this, credo, or how you say. So this is something we want to bring awareness for. Other topics, for example, are with the development of humanity in this age. For example, the song Anthropocene, that refers to the age that is led by humanity and the influence of humanity on planet Earth, and the humankind has such a great impact on everything that is happening right now with climate change and things like that. And that's also something that deeply has an influence on the topics on the album. But there also is a kind of, how would I say, a joke referring topic. For example, this song called 501 refers to darts, the sports, throwing darts at a board, and 501 is the number you have to throw down from to 0 to win a game. And this song is about the perfect match, or the perfect game, which can be done in with 9 darts thrown to the board.
Oh wow, very interesting. Who did the cover art for Eradicator's new album?
That's kind of funny, or not just funny. It's a curious story, because it's done by Mario Lopez. And some months ago, I was in Berlin, and I was just by coincidence meeting Ziggy of Space Chaser, and he was showing me the album cover for their new album, and I looked at it and said, "Hey, looks like it's done by Mario Lopez." And he looked at me, "Hey, you're right. So what's it about?" And I thought, I said, "Our cover is also drawn by Mario Lopez, and he's an amazing artist, and it was very inspiring process working with him, and I think he did an excellent job on both of the covers, and he has a unique style in painting, and that's great."
And we just had a member for an interview here recently, member Space Chaser, talking about their new album and everything, and he mentioned Mario Lopez. Yes, great cover artist that I've heard about. Eradicator just did a Influence Denied release show that premiered July the 22nd, 2021. Please tell us about that. And did you guys have a good time with it? And how was it received by the fans, the release party live feed on YouTube?
Yeah, that was great. We recorded a little concert 2 weeks before we broadcasted it. And we at the moment we do not have a rehearsal space, so we landed from our buddies from two bands we are friends with, and brought everything we needed to produce this live event, microphones and everything, and recorded like 10 shows. And I mixed and mastered them, and Robert, our second guitar player, he cut the video film, and then we put it up on YouTube and premiered it on the evening before the 23rd. So we had some live viewers there, which all enjoyed it, and the responses were amazing. And I think the main reason we did this was because at the moment it's very difficult to play and organize shows, and we wanted to give the fans something back, and to present those songs live, and gave them a little bit of the experience of a live show, and also stay in contact with all people that are interested in new music from Eradicator, and also other people that did not discover us yet, but got to know us from the release show or the announcement of the new album. So it was a pleasure doing this and talking to the fans during the broadcast in the chat of YouTube, and we enjoyed this very much.
Awesome. I saw it, and very, very cool live feed there. You guys of Eradicator have the official video, track number 7, Mondays for Murder. Tell us about the location of that video, who produced it and directed it, and how long did it take to shoot that video? Another awesome video.
Thank you. That's another funny story. The video producer and the filmer, one person, is the son of my boss at work from my daytime job. So he is 17 years old, and we gave him the chance to produce his first music video, and I think he did a great job and got a lot of experience with it. And it was fun working with him, and also working on the ideas we had with this storm scene our bass player was in, with all the fog, and what was there? We had a snow machine. Our bass player Robert, our guitar player Robert, was in when we he played it. It was a location in a town called Winterberg, like a working place, a house that was just something like yeah, it was currently there were currently workings at the house, so we could use this and had a lot of fun there. And during we shot the scene with the snow machine, it was heavily snowing outside, so that was kind of funny too. And all those scenes with different light and the weather situations refer to to the text or to the lyrics of the song, which deals with Mother Nature planning revenge on humanity for just taking everything and giving nothing back. You know what I'm talking about, I think.
Right, exactly. Okay, next, Sebastian, I'm going to play a new track off the new album, Influence Denied by Eradicator. Let's spin Mondays for Murder, which we just talked about, the video and the new track. We will be right back with Sebastian of German thrash metal band Eradicator. Get ready and crank it up. All right, welcome back, Metalheads, to Metal Messiah Radio. We are back with Sebastian Stöber, guitarist and vocalist of German thrash metal band Eradicator. We're talking about their brand new release of Influence Denied. Okay, Sebastian, Eradicator or with Metalville, how did you hook up with them? What made you want to choose them as your record label for now?
The first contact, I think, came in summer of 2020, when we just were finishing the pre-production of our album, and it couldn't work out better for us, because it was the right time and we're searching for a new label. First, the last record we released with Green Zone Music together with our friends in Godslave, but we wanted to evolve from this and give a little more attention and a professional label that is not just run by ourselves. And so the offer came from Metalville, and yeah, we just talked with them and talked about all the how do you say, the legal stuff which you have to deal with in the music business, and it came out fine. And I think it's a great step for us, getting known better in the scene, outside the borders of Germany, for example. And yeah, let's expect a great time working together with them.
What inspires Eradicator as a band the most these days, musically speaking?
Okay, that's a tough question. I think I'm playing guitar all the way, all the day, and that's my passion, playing guitar. And yeah, I listen to new music, to old music, mainly metal and thrash metal, but also classic rock and classic metal. And yeah, that is just what me inspires, and just trying to come to the edges of the border, what is possible in thrash metal, and playing with different techniques, playing guitar with different techniques, and trying to find what makes a thrash metal song for me interesting, after already written like 50 songs or something like that. And I think the struggle, or maybe the striving to write a new song and that is different from the old, and develop the style, and this is what keeps driving us, getting better at songwriting and playing music in general, and pushing ourselves to the limits of metal and thrash.
Awesome. Let's go to the subject of new wave of thrash metal. What do you consider your bands to be? Old school thrash metal, or?
Okay. I think when we first started out with the band, we really liked the term old school thrash metal, and this is what we were referring to in the past, I think, all the way. With a new album, maybe the old school is not there in every detail, because, like I mentioned in the answer before, that we're trying to develop our style and trying to come to the edges of the thrash metal border, and maybe leaving the old school from time to time. But yeah, I think in the old school thrash metal there are our roots, referring to the Bay Area thrash metal of the late 80s, or the Teutonic thrash movement in Germany, with bands from Bay Area like Death Angel and Testament, or bands from Germany like Destruction, Creator, maybe the technical stuff that was developed back then. And this is what we enjoy, and putting in our own music. And yeah, this is where the old school vibe comes from, I think.
Yes, we love the old school sound that you guys have of Eradicator. How did you get started from the beginning, Sebastian? Who made you want to be a musician? Who are some of your influence you look up to?
I think my first metal or rock influences were Deep Purple.
Nice.
Mainly, I was listening to the Made in Japan record all day when I was younger. My father came up with it, and I think also Van Halen had a big influence. And when the first time my father played the first Van Halen record to me, and Eruption started, I instantly knew that I wanted to play guitar. And from this moment on, I just had to get my hands on an electric guitar, and just went nuts when I finally got one. And from that moment on, that was just getting me through the day. Just sitting there in my room and practicing and playing the licks of the early Guitar Heroes, and later coming up with a more hard and the heavier metal stuff like Metallica and the bands I mentioned before, or some technical stuff, Annihilator and everything. Yes, and then we started the band and started to cover songs of our heroes until we finally started to write our own stuff.
Awesome, and the Van Halen influence, big influence on me as well. What can you tell us about your guitar? What brand do you use, and are you endorsed?
I'm not endorsed, maybe unfortunately, because the gear is very expensive.
Right.
But I'm using Jackson guitars forever. My main guitars are King V Jackson guitars, and I have a Jackson Kelly also. This comes from the Megadeth influence, I think. Dave Mustaine was the first big metal guitar hero I had, and Marty Friedman as well. And I just like those guitars and play them all the way. And I run them directly in an EVH 5150 amplifier. And I have the new one with a EL34 tubes, but also with the other version, the older version. So those are my weapons of choice.
Please tell us about some shows you did before, and who are some of the bands that you shared the stage with before, and some cool stories about touring and playing with other bands across the world.
Okay, most shows we did in the last years, we were touring together with our close friends in Godslave, who brought out their album on the same day as we did, as you know. And this is always fun because we are kind of a big family and enjoying being together and joking and having fun and celebrating metal and all our passion in metal. But to speak of more known bands, I think we played a few times with Violator from Brazil. Who are a very talented and energetic thrash metal band, and it was always a pleasure watching and listening to them playing live, and a great opportunity to play a few shows with them. And we also played with Evil and Warbringer back in I think 2009. We played with them when they were on tour. That was a great experience too. But speaking of curious or funny stories, we have one line which we always say: what happens on the road stays on the road. So
right.
if we were sitting in a room together and drinking beer, maybe then I can tell you some stories.
How soon do you think you guys will be doing shows again? Anything coming up new for you coming up in the future after this lockdown pandemic 19 is over with?
at the moment we're trying to book shows for autumn, and hopefully we can publish the dates in a few weeks. But at the moment it looks not very good, and the numbers of infections are going high a little. So that would kind of sad to cancel those shows again. But we want that the people attending our shows and the fans are having a great time and staying safe. And if this is not given, we do not want to play shows and spreading disease or whatever. And that's the most important part of it. And to enjoy something, you have to make sure that no one is harmed. And as soon as it's possible to play club shows again, we will do it. But just if it's really safe for everyone.
Awesome. Please tell us how the new album, Influence Denied by Eradicator, has been received by the fans in social media, and some reviews on the new offering so far. How's that going?
I'm really proud of the reactions we got, because on the previous releases or previous records, there were all on all records that we had reviews which were not that good. Okay, there were those reviews which were really, really good, those normal reviews, and some reviews that were bad or just speaking bad things about the band. But at the moment everything looks just fine, and I think it couldn't be better. And the fans we connect with on social media, they really enjoy the music, and it seems like we can spread the word of Eradicator and our new release of Influence Denied, and building up our community and growing our fan base. And I think it's I really enjoy it, seeing people celebrating the album, listening to it and giving positive feedback, and that gives me energy for the future and to create music in the future. And I think that's what it is all about, being happy with the situation of writing music, of creating art, and also the people who receive it, who listen to the music, enjoying it and liking the music. So it's fine and couldn't be much better.
Sebastian, is there any plans on the next album in the works, or are you guys just mainly focused on what's new, Influence Denied, here in 2021?
I think it's a little too early to focus on something new, but it's funny because yesterday evening I was sitting in my living room and had nothing to do, and thought about grabbing up the guitar and writing a new song. And thought to myself, okay, we just put out a new album, is there a need to write a new song now? But I think if it's fun and you enjoy it, you can write new songs every time you get a hands on a guitar.
Sebastian, please tell us where we can buy your music, give a plug on your websites, and tell us about the merchandising and what you have available for the fans to buy off of Influence Denied by Eradicator.
Yeah, sure. We have our official website with our online shop on www.eradicator.de, where you can find all our albums and our previous albums on CD and also vinyl LP, and all our merchandise, t-shirts, patches, and everything a thrash metal fan needs. And I think there you can get the best prices. But it's also available everywhere for streaming, or at least I know in Europe you can buy it everywhere at the music markets. But I think if you're enjoying Spotify or streaming, you can stream it there. And if you want to support us, also you can maybe shop a t-shirt from us.
Awesome. Check out the band Eradicator, people, and buy us some music from them and check them out online and follow them on Facebook and all their social media pages. Please give shout outs on some fans. What would you like to say to the people in closing tonight's interview, Sebastian?
First off, thanks J0KeR for having me here on the show, and thank you everyone out there for listening to the show and listening to my words, and hopefully enjoying thrash metal, and risk an ear on the new album Influence the Night. And if you like thrash metal or classic metal, I think you will enjoy it and will have a great time celebrating the music. So stay safe and all the best to you. Thrash metal is alive.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's been an honor and a pleasure having you on tonight's show. J0KeR's Electric Circus at Metal Messiah Radio. Sebastian, thank you for taking time out of your schedule for doing this awesome interview with us, and best of luck to you guys in the future of Eradicator. Keep on thrashing.
I will do. You're welcome. Thank you.